Hi there, you're at the near Wyckoff analysis session, and we are going to go through both weekly and daily Wyckoff analysis, which daily is new for near at least, because I've added a dozen of those to the other altcoins analysis. So let's start. Here, we're looking at the weekly chart. As usual, we are still at the middle of accumulation. Like, this is the bigger context. When we get to the daily, we'll look at where daily is, because daily has its own more frequent cycle. Volume itself has been low. At the accumulation cycle, that may be a good sign because things are not going that wild. At a later stage, however, we may see increase in volume. So at this point, expect there would be some more tests, and more importantly, we're trying to see when the sign of strength is going to appear for near. It's not there yet, but we can put in a tag plus a question mark over here. So let's get to the daily. So daily, we see this blue downward trend box, right? But the price has clearly closed outside of the box, so meaning it has started another trend, and this looks like an upward trend of this moment. So let's plug in the Wyckoff stages for daily. Remember, the daily, things can happen very quickly. Even for Wyckoff stages, it can happen like one stage per day, as like fast as that. So expect the chart to be very busy. Also, don't forget all these supports and resistance levels. So remember, we talked about this green line support level that, like, the price demonstrated again on June 23rd, that when it reaches around $1.85 roughly, it found support, and then that's where the bounce came out with. Also, this yellow line over here at around $3.20, that's the resistance level as of this moment. So back to the Wyckoff patterns. I plugged in the selling climax over here. After that, we have seen the automatic rally and more tests. Then this was possibly the sign of strength back in mid-May. Having retracement or more tests after the sign of strength is not uncommon. So what's come next would be hopefully some very positive action upwards. However, the peak, the buying climax, may not be as high as the previous one, unless in the weekly it's going to eventually shows the sign of strength for everybody. So the weekly has to go up to seek the sign of strength for this in the daily to reach its the next buying climax. So if we look at the previous one, so before the selling climax, obviously we've got the preliminary support stage plus a bunch of point of supply, the prior buying climax. This was pretty high. It's basically outside of the long-term playground zone. And then we've got the preliminary supply period, and this one I haven't updated its buying climax. So then obviously we can still plug in, but I just felt looking in the key one. There's automatic rally over here, and I think we have one over here, that's the selling climax, and also sign of strength, some retracement, some more tests, and then boom, there we go. So that's where we are. There can be more tests, and some tests can go even lower than the green line. That's possible scenario. However, hopefully, given if the NIR project is healthy, then maybe a new buying climax is in the work. So it's probably being baked in the oven, and let's see when that would happen. If it really comes up like last time, it took how many days? 30 days roughly to reach the peak. So from now till mid-August, maybe there's a chance we see another peak appearing in the daily chart. So let's see whether that's the case.